Well, with the Greens having survived the blood moon, things are looking clear for Christmas. So as you can guess, based on how these tends to start, we're catching the Greens on the morning of the 24th. While Tilly makes a squash snowman, Cricket has climbed up the chimney to inspect for Santa's safety. With that kind of situation, you can no doubt guess how amped up for Christmas Cricket and Tilly are. Cricket especially given he gets us started with a musical number about the best part of Christmas.
You're gonna sing this part.
The song leads them into the house where Bill joins the song singing about his multiple trees. Oh, and of course, there's been a distinct change since Halloween.
And this year we're all together 'cause your mom is back.
Yeah, the kid's mother, Bill's childhood friend, turned wife, turned ex-wife Nancy, is officially out of prison. And since season 2, which we're in right now, Nancy is officially a main character. Nancy is of course charmed by the song, but she didn't exactly prepare a verse, so cue reference. Meanwhile, Grandma Green has gone in a, let's say, different direction with her section.
The worst part of Christmas are those 3 stupid ghosts.
Just so we're clear, this never comes back up in any substantial way. Though this does imply that before her son and grandkids showed up, Alice has just been living out a Christmas carol every year, actively refusing to learn her lesson. Anyway, roll title card.
Seriously, was there like an email about this? How did you...
With the episode now officially starting, we find Tilly writing up a list and Cricket doing some very mild Yuletide parkour. From here we learn that Tilly is actually tallying up her naughty to nice actions this year. She even did one for Cricket too. And this may come as a shock to you, but
You might be on the naughty list.
having a flashback of some of the most distinct examples of bad behavior over the last 33 episodes, the thing is though that Tilly believes that naughtiness works like carbon offsets, and if Cricket does enough good deeds today, it'll offset some of his more egregious acts of naughtiness. So, off they go into Big City. At that same time, Bill, Nancy, and Alice are in the kitchen, and all seems well. That is until Bill says he got gifts for Nancy and Alice.
Can you excuse us for a second? We,
Have to go to the bathroom together?
Okie dokie, just put the tree back when you're done.
Now, obviously based on their reactions, you can already surmise that neither of them has anything for Bill, and they can't give him nothing. Given that Bill gets kinda clingy during Christmas, not getting anything would break his heart. So they need to team up to get Bill something. Meanwhile, Cricket is still singing, at this one about doing good deeds, though it is with the caveat that he's only doing it to get presents. As they keep going, Tilly points out the star on top of the city's tree, trying to use an example of niceness. Cricket, not taking the message, notices that the Hudkins department store is hosting an in-store Santa's workshop. While Tilly follows Cricket into the store to help people, Cricket heads towards the big guy in red to plead his case, running into a very familiar face in the line. When convincing Gloria to let him cut in line fails, he distracts her long enough to make his way to the front. Presenting Tilly's list of misdeeds doesn't exactly help his case, though. Doubly so given that Gloria, after realizing he cut the line, sics security on him. In the process, Cricket destroys the Winter Wonderland and pants Santa.
Cricket Green, you might as well forget about Christmas because you're definitely on the naughty list.
At that same time, Alice and Nancy are in the shed brainstorming on what they could make Bill as a gift, and the results are a mixed bag.
it's bad.
So bad.
After that, they decide they need to just knuckle down and go to the store. Problem is, Bill catches them before they leave, and their lie about going caroling is too appealing for Bill to not want to go with them. During the course of having to see their lie through, including a quick stop at the Remingtons, they sneak away from Bill only to find all the stores have now officially closed. At that same time, after Cricket is tossed out of Hudkins, Tilly finds him in the park, and unfortunately Cricket figures since he's well and truly on the naughty list, nothing matters. So he may as well go on a bout of Yuletide mayhem. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the advent of Cricket's Christmas villain arc. So, later that evening, Cricket gets a nasty, wicked idea, replacing the star on top of the city's tree with a moon.
I'm talking about my butt.
While trying to stop her little brother from going full mandrill, Cricket is too much of a chaos gremlin to contain for that long, forcing her to follow him up the tree, and their scuffle on top of the tree catches everyone's attention, and the tree gets knocked down. Also, to a lesser extent, the star gets destroyed. Due in part to Tilly being the first to surface from the needles, everyone blames her for the tree, declaring that she has ruined Christmas.
Oh, she's on the naughty list for sure.
I'm starting to think that guy might be a little drunk with power. Cricket then emerges from the fur and whisks Tilly away to a nearby alley. Tilly, of course, does a little more singing about how sad she is about being on the naughty list and blaming her brother.
It's not about presents, it's about being kind. Something you wouldn't get in your evil mind.
Evil is a bit of a stretch, but regardless, Cricket does feel like a real goon. Back at the Greens' house, Bill's made his way back home and decides that in lieu of his kids, his ex-wife and his mother leaving him alone on the holidays, he's going to do all the Christmas stuff he likes to do by himself.
I'm going to enjoy the highest form of television there is, a Christmas special.
I mean, I think disagreeing would make me a massive hypocrite, but there are some real obvious stinkers out there. Before Bill can get any weirder, the news comes on telling him that there's a weather warning in effect given that a blizzard is setting in. Regardless, Bill ingests 5 cups of liquid cake and gets the truck out to go rescue his family, starting with Nancy and Alice, mid-argument. While this is happening, Cricket has launched into a sad, quick Christmas song about how if Santa had just given him what he wanted, this would have never happened.
Oh, that's wrong, isn't it? Can I really blame someone else for me being bad?
Finishing up his song on a park bench, Santa finds them, though this one has a much more Doc Brown-esque voice. Bemoaning his present situation, Santa, as a token of how hard it's been for him, offers Cricket a magic present that can be whatever he wants. But Cricket can't accept it, only asking for Santa to put Tilly on the nice list. Santa departs, as he would prefer not to be
Frozen today!
Though before Cricket can swear mortal vengeance on Santa for leaving him out in the cold, the Greens' family truck arrives, and Cricket discovers that Bill found Tilly first. The Greens sans Bill drive back thoroughly deflated by their day. The next morning, Cricket wakes up to discover that there are a bunch of presents for Tilly under the tree, and Tilly finds at least one for Cricket too.
I must not be the only one who sees the good in you, brother.
Bill, Nancy, and Alice have also woken up at this point. The ladies are just about to explain to Bill that they didn't get him anything until Bill points out that they did get him something.
Yeah!
You know, in hindsight, I think in all their haste they forgot that Bill has kind of a crummy sense of taste. Well, song time again.
Oh, it's that time again, huh?
Cricket almost revealing what happened yesterday mid-song.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Also, I did not know that it was possible to eat a candy cane wrong, but Bill found it. Anyway.
Merry Christmas!